Body language is important for us as managers because it can help us manage staff and it can help us to get people to perform at a high level. First thing to remember is that we're not expected to be body language experts. However, we are generally pretty good at it anyway. Remember, we've been reading body language since we were babies. Since we started crying for our first feed. We recognise facial expressions, and over the years we've learned to read body language. Now if we take it a stage further, there are some books which are very good, there are some not so good. But what we have to guard against is when we're told that we can read a person's body language and it tells us something, we need to have what we call a number of cues. This, as an example, is a cue. It's called steepling. Now some people would say that steepling means that we're feeling superior. It may mean that just we're stretching our fingers. We need to have lots of things surrounding these where we have a number of cues. So a thumbs up with a smile can mean one thing, a thumbs up with a smirk can mean something completely different. So we need a number of cues together, and then we can interpret that body language to some degree of accuracy. Body language is crucial. And if we look at one of the models that we have, which will help us understand why body language and how it fits. If we look at this, first thing is body language is different from non-verbal communication. Body language is what we can see. So here we would put in body language. It's the bit that we can see, the movement of the hands, the face, the eyes. Non-verbal communication is the sounds that we make. It's the sounds, the intonation, the tone, the grunts, the noises, the hums, the ha's. These are the things where we're making a sound but we're not actually saying anything in the spoken word. This is what we call our paralinguistics. So here is paralinguistics. It covers everything which is not the spoken word but is a sound. Then finally, the last bit is we have the spoken word. And this we would refer to as verbal. Now lots of different theories, give or take a few percentages, we can apply percentages to these to see how important they are. Now if we to go and take our percentages, what we would find is that the highest one is actually our body language. And that's actually roughly around 55%. That's enormous in terms of helping us communicate and getting our message across. Imagine what it's like when you're on the telephone. How many times do we say, really? Are you telling the truth? Because we can't see the facial expressions. We can't judge how honest or sincere someone is. Seeing them, we can make a better assessment. The next one is our paralinguistics. And that's actually a whopping 38%. So how we say things, the noises that we make when we're speaking, when we're actually demonstrating our body language, it's what gets our message across. The smallest one is actually verbal, the spoken word. And that verbal is only 7%. And the reason it's only 7% is it's like reading a text. How many times do you read a text on your phone and you misinterpret it? Because in that short text, in those spoken words, there's absolutely no voice intonation, there's no sounds, there's no body language to bring sincerity or bring intent. And we can often get mistaken with this. So being able to speak and say the words is one thing, being able to convey a message requires not just what we say, but how we say it, including our paralinguistics, the sounds that we make, and the sincerity that we put behind our body language. So don't try and be an expert, just go with your gut feeling, you won't be far off.